And let's go ahead and get started. Okay, everybody, welcome to the Ultherapy Visualizer training for Ideal Image, hosted by New Look Now. Just to give you a little background information on myself, my name is Ashton Levitt. I've been in aesthetics now for over a decade. I did start off my career off as a medical esthetician. I actually was a patient coordinator for one of the largest practices here in Southern California and held various management positions as well. A little bit about New Look Now. New Look Now is a game changer. Our visualizer allows consumers to try on treatments on their own bodies with a photograph. Our call to action tool has increased consumer marketing efforts by 100 to 400%. And the Ultherapy Visualizer has increased event conversions anywhere from 80 to 90%. Okay, so first off, we're going to go over how to add your Ultherapy Visualizer to your iPad, because we do recommend using any type of tablet, especially iPads, during events. It just makes the whole uploading process that much easier. So step one, you're going to open a new browser window, and you're going to go to www.newlooknow.com/user. That's essentially, that's your login link, so it will go over what to expect in your welcome email. So this link will actually be in that email. Step two, click on the square with the up arrow next to the address bar. So it's this little square with a little arrow right next to the address bar, okay? And then from there, you're going to scroll to the right on the drop down and hit add to home screen. So this little plus sign button right here, and then you'll see it pop up on your home screen. So what this is going to do is it's going to create a shortcut to your login screen. I would recommend saving your login credentials to your iPad. When you're first entering in any type of credential on any type of Apple device, it will prompt you to save it to your keychain. I would do so that way when you are you're brought back to your login screen, because if you don't log in for a couple, like maybe a day or so, it'll actually log you out for security reasons. But if you have your credentials saved in your iPad, you won't have to worry about it. You'll just hit log in, and it'll put you right in there. Okay, so how New Look Now works. So the Ultherapy Visualizer tool is free for you to use. So there are three main ways that you can use the Ultherapy Visualizer. One is in-office during consultations, which all of you will be doing. In outbound emails and appointment reminders, we actually provided you with 6 email templates in the welcome email. And you can also use it during events. And we do have this really nice Ultherapy branded Christy Brinkley pop-up banner available as well. Okay, so this is the welcome email. So it's going to contain your login credentials. It's going to contain your consumer link, which you can embed in outbound emails and appointment reminders. And you're also going to be given a Dropbox link to 6 email templates. Okay, so now I'm going to actually show you how to upload a photo. So let me just back out of here real quick and go into the dashboard. Okay, so once you're all logged in, you're going to see this back-end dashboard on your iPad. Now, I'm on a computer, so the desktop version is slightly different than the mobile version. These will actually be stacked on top of each other, so you'll basically, as soon as you log in, you'll see new leads, and then as you scroll down, you'll see patients with appointments, quick orders, and so on and so forth. So these buckets will be stacked as opposed to just horizontal like this. And then these 4 menu options will actually be located in a drop-down box in the upper right-hand corner. So when you click on that, these options will become available. You're going to want to click on Create Order. So this is, you're in the consultation room, you have your guest, your patient with you, and you want to upload their photo so they can try on Ultherapy. So you're going to click on Create Order. You only have the one option for Ultherapy, so click on Ultherapy. It's then going to bring you into the Ultherapy workflow. So first, you're going to select the areas for Ultherapy. So you have upper face, lower face and neck, and décolleté. Now, as we move on into the webinar, we're going to go over some tips. One of the tips is we recommend, basically providing them a full face and neck treatment. I know that some of the reps will help you with these brow events. We've been hearing great feedback that one great way to get people in is just make it, super easy and quick, like a brow event. But once they get in there and they just want to talk about the brows, you actually are going to upsell them into a full facial treatment. So, and we'll get into why that's important later in the webinar. But anyway, so I would recommend, even if they're just, just want my eyes or just my mouth or whatever, I would still recommend a full facial and neck treatment. So if you select anything from 1 to 4, you're going to be prompted to upload 1 photo. If you do select 6, you're going to be prompted to upload a separate photo for the décolleté. So even if you click 5, you're only going to be prompted for the 1, okay? All right, so step 2, we're going to select the level of intensity. So you have 3 intensity levels to choose from. So 1, 2, and 3. Intensity level 2 is the standard set by Ultherapy, okay? Now, 1 and 3, after we developed this visualizer, we worked together or worked with various members of the Ultherapy legacy team and some really important MERS reps, and a few of practices that were coming back with some really great feedback. So basically, the reason why we now offer 1 and 3 is if you have a patient who has, maybe is a little older, has less collagen, and they're not going to see quite as a substantial result as the standard set by Ultherapy, then maybe you'll just show them a 1. It's just a little bit of a change there. At level 2, you can see more drastic change. And then level 3 would be for that patient who's younger, has a lot of collagen and skin elasticity. You're going to see a big difference, okay? I do want to point out that your patient does not see this workflow, so this is a determination made by you and not for the, like they're not making this type of determination, you are. So as you go through this workflow, this is you doing this, and you don't necessarily have to share this with your patient in terms of the levels that you select. Okay, so now step 3, you're going to take your photo. We do recommend taking a oblique angle, especially if you're going to do a full facial treatment, because you do want to show them the neck, the mouth, eyes, and brow. You want to get all those treatment areas in one photo. If you want to take a frontal photo, that's fine, but we do recommend the oblique angle. Now, when you hit upload your photo, you're going to be given 2 options. You're going to be given photo library and camera. We do recommend that you, at the very start of the consultation, go ahead and take their photo with your iPad, in the camera app, and that way it lives inside of your photo library, so that when you start conducting this workflow, when you hit upload your photo, you're going to select photo library and select that photo. During events, this is very crucial that you take the photo prior. The reason for that is if for any reason there's a glitch in the software or maybe a glitch in your Wi-Fi, what have you, if you just hit, hit upload your photo and take their photo right then and there, while you're conducting the workflow, there is there's a possibility that you could lose that photo. And so your patient leaves the room, moves on to the next thing that they're there for, and you've lost the photo. And so now you have to go chase them down, or maybe you lose out on the opportunity. So we do recommend that before you start conducting this workflow, you go ahead and take your picture with their iPad, and that way it lives inside of your photo library. Okay, so for today, I'm just going to go ahead and select any photo that I have saved in here. And okay, so now when you see your photo here, you know that it's good to go. Now, step 4, you're going to enter in your patient's information. Now, it's very important that you put put their information and not your own. Email address. And then for the purpose of the event, you definitely want to select send email to patient upon completion, and this is an event. It's very important that you have us send this email upon completion, because you want them to be able to receive this simulation while they're still there. I know that you're mainly doing consultations, and and it's not so much like a large scale event where people are walking around all day long, but you still want them to receive the simulation as soon as possible. So there is a chance that they could see you for a consultation and go on to something else, and then while they're debating Ultherapy, they can get their simulation in their inbox, check it out, and then the likelihood of them moving on to a treatment that day will be increased. And then, of course, you want to go ahead and tag it as this is an event, because then we will be able to tag these orders, turn them around, as quickly as possible, even though we are 100% ready for you guys, but this will just help us identify the orders and provide reporting later. Okay, so once you have step 4 all complete, hit complete order. Oh, just kidding, I need to select intensity. See, that's what happens when you don't select an intensity. Okay, now this is how you know your order's been complete. So thank you for using New Look Now. Your before and after simulation will be complete within 30 minutes, okay? Because of this large-scale event, we do ask that you allow for 30 minutes, hence why we want you to take those photos right at the beginning of the consultation. Normally, any Ultherapy order can take anywhere from maybe 3 to 5 to 8 minutes tops, but because of this large-scale all-day event and being that you're all in different time zones, we do ask that you give us at least that, at most is a 30-minute turnaround time. So you can get those photos back as quickly as possible by taking the photo and uploading at the start of the consult. Okay, so once your simulation is complete, we're going to go back to the dashboard and go to quick orders. So let me show you one step further here. If we go back to the dashboard, and again, when you're on your iPad, remember these are stacked. So you'll see new leads, patients with appointments, and quick orders on top of each other. So you'll scroll down to the bucket that says quick orders. Click on that, and when your order is in progress, you'll just see order in progress, and you won't have the after photo. Once it's complete, you'll have the side by side right here. So in order to share this with your patient, because we recommend sharing this while they're still there so that you can go over the results and go over realistic expectations. Now, of course, they're going to have a copy in their inbox, but we really would recommend showing this to them while they're still in your consult. So in order to show this to your patient, you're going to go over here to the right-hand side where it says Consult View. Click on Consult View. Okay, and now, so you're going to see this is what we call the toggler view or the final view. So at this point, I would recommend handing the tablet to the patient and let them touch the touch screen and this before and after so that they can see the results themselves. So just so you guys know, here's level 1, okay, level 2, and you can see the changes here, okay, and then lastly, level 3. Okay, if for any reason you did not click send email upon completion, you can always email the simulation from here. If you click on this, it'll pull up whatever email software that you have on your iPad, and you can email the simulation to them from there if you forget to check the box in the upload process. Okay, and if for any reason you get stuck or you lost an order or you have any questions, please feel free to engage this chat feature right here. It's always going to be located in the bottom right-hand corner of your visualizer. It will follow you throughout the visualizer, whether you are logged in or not. But if you just click on here, you'll be able to have contact with myself and the quality control team and Vicki as well. So this is the quickest and easiest way for you to get immediate help. Okay, so let's go back to our webinar. Okay, so we've seen that practices that offer before and after simulations during events experience high returns with low costs, and also increases patient to conversion rates. Most cases up to 93%. So we just want to throw that out there that, especially with the Ultherapy Visualizer, I mean, this tool is a game changer for all events, whether it be a large scale event where you have, people coming in all at once, or, your type of large scale event where you have an all day thing where people are coming in and getting consultations. Either way, providing before and after simulations during any type of event or any type of consultation is going to increase your conversion rate guaranteed. Okay, so now we're going to talk about beauty tips, or tips for your event, I should say. So as I said, take the photo at the very beginning of the consult because we are asking you to plan for a 30-minute turnaround time. And as I said, take your photo with your iPad first and make sure that it lives inside of your photo library so that when you upload or when you go through the workflow, it's already saved there. So if for any reason there's a glitch, you didn't lose your photo. Very, very important. Okay, so simulate full face and neck, and then isolate the treatment areas. So let me actually back out real quick, just so this makes more sense. So when we're looking at this result, what we mean by isolate the treatment areas. So as you hand the iPad to the patient, and they're playing with the toggle feature. So ask them to first look at the results for the eyes and how amazing that difference looks, okay? And then move down the face. Okay, now let's look at the cheeks, what the results there look like. Now the chin and the neck and around the mouth. So if you ask them to look at each isolated area, it's going to have much more of an impact. And then once you've had that conversation, then ask them to look at the overall change of the face. Sometimes when not that it's overwhelming, but if you really just, if you're excited and you're I'm not going to tell you how to sell a procedure, but when using the visualizer to talk about this procedure, you want them to see each individual change and see how this procedure could benefit them in each specific area, and then talk about the whole face, the change all over the face and neck. Okay? Okay, and then lastly, you will be provided, or you are provided with a consumer link inside of your welcome email. You can use that consumer link to follow with no-shows in an email or text. So we do recommend, if anybody didn't show up that day, and a really, really great way, another additional touch point, I should say, is to offer a complimentary simulation for them to actually get them to come back in for an appointment. If you have it set up to withhold the simulation, they'll need to contact you to see their simulation. If you have it, we can actually turn it on to where they can see their simulation first before contacting you. Whatever you want, we can have that adjusted for you. It is defaulted to withhold the simulation, but we do recommend including the consumer link in any type of no-show outreach. Okay? And that's it. If for any reason you have not received your welcome email by end of day tomorrow, you should already have received. They should all be going out by end of day today. But if for any reason you have not received your email by end of day tomorrow, please reach out to Vicki Hawk. And if you need any assistance, and if you have received an email from me and you need assistance, go ahead and reach out to me. But if you have not received your welcome email by end of day tomorrow, please reach out to Vicki Hawk and she'll get you all set up, okay? Now, who has questions? Any questions on the upload process, how to upload, or how to save not how to save a photo, but taking the photo prior, how to talk about the visualizer, anything that we've discussed? Do you have any questions so far? All right, well, if nobody has any questions at this time, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye and have a great day. If you think of anything throughout the day, please feel free to reach out to Vicki or myself, okay? Otherwise, have a great event on Friday, and we look forward to hearing all the positive feedback.